Welcome to NuttieBuddie Sports.
Okay, let's move on to the Green Bay Packers. So the Green Bay Packers in free agency, they lost Zaire Smith. We talked about him going to Minnesota. They lost what's his name there? Devontae Adams. They lost MVS, which I don't think is that big of a loss, but some Packer fans do. The free in the draft, they drafted Walker and Devontae Wyatt and Christian Watson, who was the wide receiver that they got, and then Romeo Dobbs is the other wide receiver they drafted as well to replace the two wide receivers they lost. So Erik, last year they went 13-4. So what do you got? Stock up, stock down, or stock hold for the Green Bay Packers?
Stock down, but not by much. It's not that I don't think Green Bay is still going to be a playoff team. I believe they will be. I do believe that they'll probably win the division. It's just that I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year. You can't replace Devontae Adams with a rookie wide receiver. I don't know any Packer fan we talk to. I'm sure you do too up here in Packer Nation and near Green Bay. All of a sudden think, oh, Devontae isn't that good. No, he is that good. You're wrong on that, bud. It's not just Aaron Rodgers throwing him the ball. I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers won't make these other receivers better. They will be, but you can't replace Devontae Adams and with just a rookie wide receiver and the bunch of no names that they have that I don't think in their career totaled 1,000 yards. Besides, of course, they have Sammy Watkins, but I don't think Sammy Watkins is all that. I don't think he's all that amazing. But in the end, I don't dislike what they did. I don't get their logic. It's another organization. I'm very confused on their choice. If they re-signed Aaron Rodgers, I actually think that was a good choice, even though he's a bit of a diva for a quarterback. But you can't replace a top 5 quarterback. But the thing I'm so confused about is what the heck are they doing with Jordan Love? He is a gigantic waste of a first-round draft pick. And I believe they traded up for him too, if memory serves me correct. So not only is a waste of whatever they, a first-round draft pick, they traded up to get this guy. But I still think they're the best team in the division. I just don't think they improved at all. I just think they lost talent, and they're just I just think that they ain't going to be as big of a threat in the NFC as they used to be. Granted, the NFC isn't that big of a threat in general. They don't have that many top tier teams anymore, but in my opinion, but it's still, I just don't think Green Bay is going in the right direction at this moment in time.
Yeah, I sort of agree. I have them as a stock hold. I'm with you. I feel like their defense got better and their offense got worse. So could I see them finish 13-4 because they have Aaron Rodgers? Yes. Could I see them getting eliminated in the first round of the playoffs? Yes. And that's where they finished right this last year. I think it was the second round though. They played the 49ers. They had the bye. But it goes back to like, okay, if you would actually still have Devontae Adams right now and you would have had that draft and you just take away the 22nd pick overall, that linebacker out of Georgia, I would love their team way more because they got that second pass catcher. I understand that Packer fans are like, see, we drafted a wide receiver in the first 2 rounds. It's like, yeah, it took you like 6 years to do so. It's like, and then you got rid of your best wide receiver. So you're not complimenting Devontae Adams anymore. How do we know that Watson is going to be good enough to be a number 1 receiver right away? Well, we got Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins works out for about 3 weeks in the end. He has 3 big games and that's it every year. So I don't know. I think I have a stock hold on them just for that fact is that basically I feel like their defense did get better, but their offense got worse. And I think in the playoffs, it will show again because they won't be able to move the ball. And you're right, Jordan Love which everybody was saying at the time too, that wasn't, except those who are defending that pick for some reason, some Packer fans. Jordan Love was a wasted pick, and I think he'll end up either being traded or whatever. But yeah, he ended up being a wasted pick.
I mean, and you know what's sad is like, they're like, well, they could trade him for a draft pick. Yeah, what you're gonna get, unless he lights it up in preseason, the best you're gonna get is probably a 3rd round draft pick.
Yeah,
and maybe second if a team takes a shot at him. But you wasted a 1st round and whatever the trade to move up to get him was. I don't remember the exact details. But they traded to move up to get him, so they lost whatever they traded plus the 1st round pick, and it's like, and he's not going to start. I don't think you're going to see him outside of preseason or a freak injury to Aaron Rodgers. I don't think you're going to see him play a regular season game for Green Bay. Why would he stay around? Why would he want to stay around? I know that he doesn't have a choice for a couple years, but you're wasting you. And then you have a player on the bench that was a 1st round pick for that long. That's ridiculous. So yeah, no, I just don't get what Green Bay wants to do with that. And I love that they drafted a receiver, but I also hate that Adams left. I feel like it was, a little too late. You're trying to, now they still have a hole to me at the number 1 receiver, and they got a bunch of number 2 to 3 receivers. Maybe Christian Watson is going to surprise me, but he's not going to be Devontae Adams. So
correct. And it kind of reminds me of that year when the Lions traded Darius Slay away. And then when their 1st round pick, they drafted Jeff Okudah to basically like replace him. I don't know if you remember that, but basically it was like they made a hole just to fill it. And you will be so fortunate if Jeff Okudah becomes even 80% of Darius Slay. Like that's the way the NFL works. So here's the thing. I get that Packer fans are excited about Christian Watson, but you will be very fortunate if that guy's like 70% of Devontae Adams. Like you're going to be fortunate if that happens. Now I do want to say the offseason isn't over. If they went out and got like Jarvis Landry or Will Fuller or Odell Beckham, it could change things. Especially if Watson hits, right? Because then you're going to have another guy you can throw to. And then like we mentioned, you'll have those 3 games of Sammy Watkins that will work out. But right now it's to me, it's a hold on stock for me, and for you, it's stock down a little bit.
Yeah, stock down.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to be the number 1 seed. So
I agree with that. They were the number 1 seed last year, huh?
Well, if they had the bye.
Yeah, they did. I'm pretty sure they did anyway.
That's the only team with the bye, and I'm pretty confident because they only played 1 game, but I don't believe it was in the wild card. So
yeah,
look at us being smart about football here.
Yeah, that's right. Bringing you all the knowledge. Okay, let's move on to